Hello. Are you ready, Amy?
Okay.
Oops.
This meeting has been given public notice in accordance with Section 19.83 and 19.84 Wisconsin statutes in such form that will apprise the general public and news media of subject matter that is intended for consideration and action. Roll call shows all present except Trustee Pieper, who is absent excused. We will go on to citizen comment. Please be advised per 19.84 parent 2 that information and comment will be received from the public. It is the policy of this municipality that public input be limited to a 4-minute period per person with the time extension granted at the direction of the chairperson. Be advised that there may be limited discussion of the information received, but no action will be taken under public comments. Comments that may be injurious to village personnel or other individuals will not be allowed. Is there anyone that wishes to come forward for citizen comment?
No. Okay. I just want to comment, as we all know, I'm very upset tonight in the police reports on the agenda, but not the whole thing. I don't know how 9 people can vote us into financial disaster. $30 million. I don't care what you say. You don't even know the cost. So how can you vote on putting a building here or there without having a public meeting with the people who are paying for this? You need to have public meetings before you commit to anything with that kind of money being on my bill. This is the report from your accountant. My taxes are going to go up from 26 to 29. I left 30 and 31 out. At least 200, sometimes more a year, and the rate is going to go up also. That's on this report. This is getting crazy. You people are going to kill us financially. I don't know where you're coming from, honest to God. People have already called me on this. I missed the last 2 meetings, but I am going to see if there's anything, one person, I'm not feeling well. I have some very serious problems with my health, but I'll tell you what, I got to fight for the taxpayers. You better start thinking of what's this going to cost us before you even say yes to anything. And then when you come up with a plan and a cost factor, any wise person doesn't commit to something without knowing what it's going to cost. And I don't want to hear you don't know. You have some idea, but you have to have a plan. Present it to the people in numerous public meetings. Is this what they want? I'm not saying you don't need a police department. We can't afford this right now. It's crazy. I'm on Social Security. I don't have another $1,000 a year to put into taxes going up to the next 6 years. This is nuts. So, if you have any wisdom at all, start saying no till you know what the plan is. There is no plan. You don't even know where approximately you'll be, but put it to we have the right to decide what we want. That's the law.
Melanie Smythe, N140W17938 Cedar Lane. Good evening. Just a couple of quick things. First of all, I was disappointed not to see, I think I missed the report about the fire department building in the agenda packet. So it'd be nice to have items associated with the agenda or packet information associated with the agenda items. If I missed it, then it's my fault. Okay. The second thing is just so you know, there are a number of citizens in the community who are discussing the EMS and whether it's a good thing for it to go to the county. And they're asking or discussing the option of whether or not the village is looking into shared services with other municipalities similar to North Shore and some of our neighbors to the north. And so rather than just wait for whatever the county decides it wants to do, they would like to see that this village has also looked into shared opportunities with other municipalities. And so if that hasn't been discussed openly, or if it's something that has been discussed separately, it might be a good idea to bring it as an agenda item just for conversation or an update standpoint at this meeting. Those are my comments. Thanks.
Thank you for coming forward. Is there anyone else that wishes to come forward for citizen comments? Okay, we will move on to item 4, meeting minutes.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, motion carries. And we will go on to item 5, which are reports, and we'll start with the police monthly report.
You have the report in front of you. Calls for service were down a little bit in December. Reports were up, however. We had a lot of training in December. We brought on 4 new employees. So a lot of the instructors were training during the month of December for 2 weeks, getting them ready for the road. There's some other training that's on there that officers have gone to in the month of December. Leadership Germantown, Child Protective Service training, K-9 training at SWAT, Wisconsin Law Enforcement, First Responder, K-9 Therapy Handler, Officer Olson, and Archie. I also have a video for you for the monthly report, which one of our drone deployments. So I'll key that up. While it's starting here, I'll explain. Our officer assisted the state patrol on a traffic stop where the driver of the vehicle ran from the vehicle. The stop was 41 southbound at Boley Hill Road. In the first diagram right here, you can see where the officers, there's a farmhouse just west of 41, like almost across from Rockfield Road. The officers, hang on one second. I'll stop it right here. The 2 officers are walking south on your picture here. That white silhouette that you see right above the road there is the suspect. The officers were going the wrong direction. If it wasn't for the drone, they never would have located the individual.
Those officers would operate in the town?
Correct. See the subjects running north towards like a small creek there. Our drone operator followed him and was giving directions to the officers that were in foot pursuit of this individual. Right now, he's trying to get located as far as putting the drone between the suspect, put the suspect between the officers and the drone so he can direct the officers into where they're going.
Can this guy hear the drone? Can he see the drone?
No, you might be able to hear like a buzzing noise, but usually they're up about 300 feet in the air. There is a blinking light on them also, so you may see that.
Able to put a mark on the person if they were in a crowd? Video? Like if you're tracking a person, can you mark it with the video and have it track the person if it goes into a cloud?
I don't think so. New technology might be able to do that, but right now it's just relying on the operator of the drone on flying it. So I'll just fast forward here a little bit. So he comes into an open field here. And the officers are, you can see him trailing behind. This was like 4:30 in the morning, I believe. So the whole time the officer's relaying this information to the officers on the ground, and trying to move them into location. I'll get to the end here where it runs up the field. This is Pleasant Hill Road. Bonnewell is on the other side of the freeway, so this is in the village of Richfield. So the suspect jumps out onto the road. At this point, we have officers coming to the location on Pleasant Hill Road. The subject's going to begin running in a short time here. Something spooks him and he decides to jump into a field right here. The officer tracks him in the field. And then an officer pulls up on the road here, which spooks the individual, and then he's going to jump the fence. Spooks the individual. He's going to jump the fence. That's the officer coming running. Subject jumped the fence there. Tracks him through the subject jumped the fence there. Tracks him through the There's more officers coming down the driveway now. He gets in the wooded area here, and those other two officers that were initially chasing him are coming from the right through this field here. They're coming. Gets in the wooded area, so two officers. This field here. And that's it. The subject was taken into custody and then turned over to the state patrol. He was arrested for OWI fifth offense, resisting, and also a modifier of a repeat offender. For resisting and also a modifier.
Very close then. Okay.
So I thought this was important just to show you some of the things our officers are doing out there. There's been multiple times where the drone's been used to track people at night. You see how the footprints, how obvious it is to track people. You see how the footprints, how
Trustee Baum?
So people have been reaching out to me the last couple of weeks. What is the biggest crime we have today? Used to be everybody was complaining about Walmart. When I look at the people have been reaching out a couple of weeks. Everybody was complaining about. That's when I stopped talking.
it depends on the shift. Day shift, you have more thefts, retail thefts. Second shift, you have the retail thefts, you have the domestics, traffic. Third shift is more.
Whatever was turned on, can we turn it back off?
Because I have everything ready.
But it wasn't happening when he was talking on that. Is it that mic?
Could it?
Don't get shocked.
Microphone's on.
Now mine's on because I'm trying to talk.
So
Okay.
Fall.
Yeah.
Wasn't as bad as we thought down by Walmart. We were there occasionally yet. However, it's not like from 6 months to a year ago.
Right.
We're down there at 3 today. Very young.
And why do you think it's changed?
We have met twice with our, architect. Very, very early stages of that process. And today we met with people who were interested in applying for the construction manager at risk. Very, very